Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. This is Jenga Njeru. Now, today we have the Matchmaker show, and you understand the protocol here. Any other time we have a man on board, that man must be looking for a woman. In the same way, when we have a woman on board, that woman must be looking for a man. But because today we have a man, I will tell you the kind of woman he is looking for. But before then, if you're watching us for the first time, this is the Matchmaker show. We help men and women to get matches. And the moment they get the right ones, they meet their destinies. So you're not lost. If you're new to the show, subscribe, like the video, and don't forget to leave a comment. Also, the contacts of our guests will be on my Facebook page at Jenganjero. So you can follow Jenganjero on Facebook and you will be getting these updates in real time. And guys, I only have one Facebook page, which at the moment, if you're watching this video as of 10th of October 2024, this video has garnered, or this page has garnered more than 63,000 followers. So if you're checking another Facebook page, that's a fake Facebook page. I only have one. Okay. Now, our guest on today's show is a man from Senegal. Senegal is in Africa. I told you that this is an international show now. And gone are the days when we used to interview people just in Swahili. And that does not mean that if somebody has no capacity to communicate in English, then we are not going to give them an opportunity. We will. But again, I wanted to let you know that this is now an international show and we are covering people from different parts of the world. So it is good to speak in a language that they will probably understand. Now, our guest on today's show is a 70-year-old man, single and searching. You could be asking yourself, doesn't he want to get away from Senegal? Don't they have women in Senegal? That is a very defeated mentality. That is a very defeated mindset, because I said this is an international show and we are all similar in many ways. We might have our own share of diversity, but we are also similar in the sense that you can choose to love anybody regardless of their tribe, ethnicity, their country of origin, their race, their color, their probably race, and where they come from, their religion notwithstanding. This is a show where we give people an upper hand, regardless, irrespective of your social background, your political orientation, your social status, anything that can count as a form of diversity. We give you a chance and an opportunity to come here and get matched. Okay, so our guest on today's show is it Muhoja something, eh? And he's 70 years old. After this, I'm going to send his WhatsApp number, which start with +22177191 in National 35. I'm going to post that. So if you see that number running with +22177191 in National 35, hiyo ndio namba yake. He is single and searching. He has always wanted to get a woman from the East African region. You see, the East African region comprises of Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania. Other countries were added. You can look at countries like Rwanda, Burundi, Djibouti, and Congo. You can look at these countries within the peninsula of East Africa. So he's looking for a wife. If you're a Kenyan, a Ugandan, a Tanzanian, watching this show or any other part of Africa, and you're able to communicate with him, then this is an added advantage. I'm going to post his WhatsApp number, and he says that he is ready to settle down. He is a stable man. He understands. You see, most people, I am a student of Chinua Achebe, one of the greatest African writers, one of the most prolific African writers. And when you read African authors like Ngugi wa Thiong'o, Chinua Achebe, Francis Imbuga, when you read these Africans, Akina Margaret Ogola, yes, and the one who was written The River and the Source. The River Between was written by Ngugi wa Thiong'o. You read books like Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe. You realize that most African societies are almost similar in culture, and culture is defined as people's way of living. And when you look at some of the most important cultures, like the rite of passage, circumcision, for instance, naming ceremonies, birth, marriage, dowry payment, and other forms of culture, then you realize that it is very important to realize that all these people are almost the same. So if you are coming from Senegal, Uganda, Tanzania, Chad, any other part of Africa, you realize they also subscribe to the beliefs that marriage is also the same. Marriage is taken just in the same way. Marriage is given the same respect. You see things like dowry, the man is the head, and then nothing can come in between. Okay, so you'll just be dating an African man. He's ready. He understands the role of a husband. He knows that the man is the head of the family. The man is the provider. The man offers security. The man offers direction. He is the priest of the family and things like that. So feel free to interact with him, and then you can give us feedback in the comment section. I recently brought somebody from Nigeria, and the feedback was good, from South Africa, from Zimbabwe, all these people from the UK, from Poland, from everywhere, even from India. I have a guy from India, very serious guy. And you know what? Some of the times, if not most of the times, you can always get yourself a match internationally. And don't forget that the basic rules of a relationship remains, whether you found a match online or offline. Okay, you have to be careful just in the same way, whether you found that person online or offline. So you don't suspend the rules of a relationship just because the person appeared on a show like this one, okay? So I am wishing him the best of luck, hoping he gets a good wife. And if he gets a Kenyan, a Ugandan, a Tanzanian, anybody from East Africa, I can only wish him well. And then he said it will be upon them to decide where they will settle. If that person wants them to settle in their country and that person is probably doing something with their lives, he doesn't have a problem. If that person wants to settle in Senegal, they don't have a problem. And we can only wish him well. Until next time, this is Jenga Njeru. We said you don't watch these videos without liking. Liking is free. So if you're watching to this minute and you have not liked, hit that like button. If you have not subscribed, you can subscribe. If you have subscribed already, enable your notification bells so that any other time I release a new video, YouTube automatically notifies you. God bless you. Bye-bye.